Now we'll move on to entertainment. So Miss Rici, what's topping off our entertainment segment this week?
Oh, so this is the sad story.
Was that your sad voice? Oh,
yeah,
this is. You don't give a. She doesn't give a flying, flarfing filth about this story. But go ahead.
I need to work on my empathy. Is it?
Yeah, empathy.
How do you give that? Like, what do you say to a person? Like, because there's nothing you can say.
Man, I hope we get to this in entertainment. But Dave Chappelle's new special.
Yeah, we were just.
I forgot what it's called though. But at the end, he was talking about a transgender woman. So I think it was a man dressed as a woman.
Yeah.
But he was like, man, I just don't understand. I don't understand what you're saying. She's like, I don't need you to understand me. I need you to realize that I'm having a human experience. So I think that's kind of what empathy is the fact that I don't get it. I don't agree. I don't whatever, but you're having a human experience. And I'm allow you to have that, if that's the right word, allow. Or I understand, or I want you to have that.
I still think that's the sad thing because that's still not it.
It's not it.
Like,
that's not it. That's roundabout.
More.
Yeah. Nah, you get a bare minimum with a sad dog. I'm going to let you have your human experience. And I get to choose whether or not you get to have that human experience in my presence.
I'm going to use that. I'm going to say that. Somebody's going to cuss me out. I just know it.
Hey, I'm not saying that won't happen. I'm saying what Dave Chappelle taught us.
I'm going to let you have this human experience. Well,
I'm going to let you have this human experience.
Kelis is having the human experience right now.
Who is it?
Kelis, my milkshake bring all the boys to
Oh, the Kelis. Yeah.
Okay. So her husband, Mike Mora, revealed that he has stage 4 stomach cancer, and he was given only 18 months to live.
Not tum-tum cancer?
Yeah.
I've never heard of tum-tum cancer.
I've never heard of tum-tum.
Tum-tum, it's stomach. It's called his tum-tum. Man, I ain't even gonna go into it, dog. Niggas don't know how you get cancer or how you cure it, dog.
That part. But we got a COVID shot, which don't make sense to me. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty sad because I know she's been farming, right? She's been growing her own vegetables and she kind of start eating differently and living a more healthier life way prior to COVID. So you really haven't heard much from her outside of her farming and cooking and stuff like that.
Right.
I didn't even know she was remarried.
Nah. That's why you said Kelis, then you said husband. I instantly thought Nas, but I'm like, nah, they divorced.
Yeah.
Never heard about a remarriage.
Right, but it was just sad because she hasn't been in. But she's really, I'm saying it like I know her, but she's really nice and sweet, and I really like her.
We don't know this lady.
I don't know her at all.
I feel like she drugged Nas during their divorce.
No, she didn't drug Nas.
I've heard otherwise, but I wasn't there. I don't know. But so her husband's dying of tum-tum cancer, and we feel bad. We feel empathy for them because they're having a human experience.
Yes.
Okay. We're learning here. We're learning and we're growing here on this.
Okay. In other news, hey, did you grow up on Rap City?
I definitely did.
Okay. Big Tigger was my nigga.
Big
Tigger. He didn't even know it, okay? I only watched Rap City because of Big Tigger.
Really?
Yes.
Now, I saw Big Tigger this weekend. He's the hype man at the Falcon Stadium.
That's why he does live in Atlanta.
He be in there busting. I heard he does the Hawks games too.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It was just dope to see such a nostalgic character from our childhood.
Yeah.
Still representing, and now he's getting another opportunity to bring back something nostalgic for us.
And he still looks the same. It's
he never changed.
He hasn't aged. So he had posted a picture of the basement.
Yeah.
And it said Rap City 21. So it should be coming out pretty soon.
I hope it actually does, because I don't know if you remember, there were rumblings of, and this is probably right before COVID hit, Making the Band was about to come back out in 2020 with Diddy, and then it never happened. You know what I'm saying?
Because everything that happened.
I'm hoping that the basement actually comes back, and I actually heard that, what's the other one with Donnie Simpson and Cheryl?
BT Soul?
Not Soul. It was more like Groove. No, what was it called? Planet? What? It was something.
I know.
The R&B show that Donnie Simpson used to lead with Sherry something with the light eyes.
I know I know what show you're talking about. Now that was early 90s.
Yeah, but I heard that's coming back though. And then somebody was like, Donnie Simpson don't know none of these new niggas. How's he gonna be like VJ?
Where's the rest of her name?
How do you pronounce this?
Normandy?
Yeah.
What? Like,
but it's a lot of things that worked in the past that they're getting another shot at. You know what I'm saying? But I like to see the originators, none greater, get that second shot because I don't feel like it was money in the market back then. Like I don't feel like Big Tigger was getting paid.
Now.
Donnie Simpson was gonna get paid, but now they were trailblazers in their own regard, and now everybody else is able to catch a bag. Like let them get some of that bag back.
No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So man, shout out to Big Tig and shout out to Donnie Simpson. If somebody on the live could tell us what was the name of that show, we would greatly appreciate it.
No, I agree. I'm excited for it to come out.
What's it called? Video Soul?
I feel like it was called Video Soul.
Something with soul in it. Yeah.
Video Soul.
Video Soul with Donnie Simpson.
But if you think about it, so when BET stopped playing all their videos, my high school, college,
Thanks, Case. She did confirm it is Video Soul.
My high school, college era was all MTV.
Yeah, because we had what? The
TRL.
Grind. TRL, The Grind. They had everything for spring break that your heart desired, and then it was just videos playing. It was like it's not even a show. It's just it's music video television. You know what I'm saying? We own it. And that was but the originator was the box. You remember the
box. Yeah,
the jukebox.
You had to call and order that shit. Yeah.
Did you ever call?
Yeah, I liked Oochie Coochie La La La
Oochie Coochie. I used to like Aisha.
Yeah.
All that Boys to Men, BBD, and ABC shit was my shit.
And Luke was big on.
Luke definitely had a run. But I think the most memorable video on the jukebox was I Miss You. I'm talking to you, baby. Yes. I miss you. When that lady died from drinking milk, dog, I cried.
She didn't die from
milk. I developed empathy. She did. She had on the overalls and she was pregnant and she drank some milk and she clutched over and died.
I thought wasn't she pregnant in the video?
Pregnant. She died from milk consumption. What did the lady die from in the Aaron Hall I Miss You video?
Complication from that baby, wasn't it?
Milk.
Okay.
It was from milk, bro. She OD'd on milk. What about, do you remember Skilo? I wish I was a little bit taller. Yeah. That was my joint. You remember Gangsta Paradise by Coolio? You remember We're All in the Same Gang? Oh, it was the West Coast All-Stars. You don't remember? Oh my goodness. It was Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, MC.
What was it called?
We're All in the Same Gang.
No.
Don't you know we got to put our hands together? Stop the fight, make the change. Cause we all in the same gang. Yo, I'm not here to preach, cause we not.
Okay.
That was my joint, dog.
Clearly.
These joints was crazy. The box used to have bangers.
No, they did.
And there was no white music.
None.
It was no white music. That was BET before BET.
Yeah.
Like what channel did the box come on?
It wasn't. It was like a bootleg. I felt like it was a bootleg channel. Not everybody had it.
Man, you had to find it, dog.
Had it. Yeah.
Somebody let me know what channel, what station was the box on. I would love to know.
That's funny. Okay, so
they said definitely died drinking milk, bro. She died from a milk overdose.
Who said that?
Patrice. She knows. She was there. We all 81 babies.
Milk? No.
Milk did her body wrong,
Somebody
bro.
pulled it up. I'm going to pull it up.
I'll pull it up for you. It's called I Miss You, bro. Fast forward to 3:14 and she passes away due to milk overconsumption.
Shut up. I Miss You.
I don't know if that's a timestamp. But nevertheless, I just feel like, I do remember, I feel like I was watching the jukebox when the OJ chase came on. Like I remember sitting there watching the jukebox and it was like, we interrupt this what's called it with a special message. And OJ and what's his name? I forgot the nigga that was driving him, but his former teammate.
Out in the Bronco?
Yeah, they was in the white Bronco going slow as hell. And I'm like, dog, can we get back to the videos, dog? But I didn't never order off the jukebox because it costs money.
Yeah.
Like what did your parents say?
Well, my dad used to order too.
Oh, okay. So you had approved. Okay, so you just blended it in with his.
I just throw one or two here.
Nah, my mom was dubbing gospel music off of WGCI on Sundays. That was the only music consumption that we was getting in there. She wasn't watching the box.
Okay, she's pregnant.
She's pregnant, and she will go to the fridge, and she will no longer be with us. And I remember changing faces. Do you mind if I stroke you up?
I don't mind.
Do you mind if I stroke you down? I don't mind. All through the night. And we didn't know if that was Aaron Hall or R. Kelly.
No, it was R. Kelly.
I know now, but I didn't know then.
You didn't know. I was clear.
Y'all knew?
I was clear.
I thought that may have been Aaron Hall.
No.
Oh, I Get Around, I think, was another jukebox classic. The Tupac joint and Humpty.
That, yeah, because that was before Tupac was by himself. Okay, so in other news, entertainment. Yeah, tell me when it comes up.
She's experiencing
labor pains.
Labor pains.
She had a miscarriage, or the baby came out and it killed her.
No, never. No, he was not a single father at the end of this video. He was not a single father. He was a widower.
Okay, so like Calvin said, Dave Chappelle does have a new special out, right?
Do you got the title of it?
No, I don't have the title, but the reason I saw this piece of clip was he was kind of backing the baby.
He was.
Right? So he was like, he said the baby shot and killed a man in Walmart.
Come on, son.
Right? And it did not affect his career. He shot and killed this man in Walmart. And he continued to be the baby, right? Yet.
Milk is drank. And you never see her again in the video, bro. Oh!
Labor pain.
Oh!
She's screaming. Labor.
She's lactose intolerant, obviously.
Labor. Miscarriage.
The milk. She's dressed in all white to represent
guys.
milk. Betrayed her.
No.
She was miscarrying for 6 months then because she was having trouble throughout this entire video.
And she might have. It wasn't from the milk, though. It was a miscarriage. Milk, bro.
She was supposed to be drinking that red top vitamin D. She had the blue top 2%.
Yeah, so crazy. Anyway. The
Closer. Logan. What up, Lo? Lo just says it's called The Closer.
The special?
The Dave Chappelle joint is called The Closer.
Okay, it's called The Closer. So he was saying, like, the baby done shot and killed a man. He still went on to have a successful career.
His career took off after that.
Right? Yet, you say something against the LGBTQ community and things go down. And he was just like, that's some bullshit.
Nah, it is because, I think, and you've seen the special, right?
I haven't seen the whole thing, no.
Okay. So I'll give you a chance to see it. But basically, he's saying that you can do anything to anybody in any place in space, but you can't hurt the feelings of somebody from the LGBTQ community. So then I feel like he dedicated his set to showing how ridiculous that notion is. And he was kind of saying like, man, my whole life, y'all been saying, or my whole career rather, y'all been saying I had a problem with the LGBT community. But if you really take a step back and look at what I've been saying, I got a problem with white people. And once I get white people back into a corner, then y'all switch it up and be like, I'm actually a woman. Call me a woman. And he's like, dog, I don't get that, dog. Like, what are y'all talking about? But that has nothing to do with, whatever else is going on. And he made a good analogy when he said Bruce Jenner, who obviously was a man previously and then switched over to this transgender piece, got Woman of the Year the first year of being a woman. And it was like, what about all the other amazing women that have lived their lives as a woman? And this is kind of like, man, y'all be skipping the line on a lot of stuff. So when you look at civil rights, he made an example about Sojourner Truth was being asked not to speak at some, way back in the day, early feminist movement type stuff. Yeah. And she was like, no, I'm going to go up here and talk. And I'm going to talk about how I'm a woman and I'm black as well. If not, I'm black and I'm a woman as well. Yeah. And they were kind of like, well, that don't really fit with our agenda. And it's like, man, the fact that, LGBTQ gets so many privileges, so many, inequitable privileges. Yeah. And when you compare it to the civil rights movement, it's like, damn, he said it in a special. He's like, y'all are doing extremely well. Your movement is going extremely well compared to our 400 years and then post 400 years of oppression. So it's a very good look. He said he's not going to do another special for a while. And I was sad when I heard that. It's on Netflix.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I was sad when I saw that he led with that. Like, man, this is gonna be my last one in a while, but I'm going all the way. That's what he kept saying in this episode. Okay. I'm going all the way. And he went there. He took it there and then he brought you back and then he made it all make sense. But I feel like he is the epitome of educational entertainment, man. Like, you might not sit there and just laugh your butt off, but you will chuckle but learn. And then you'll laugh your butt off at certain points, you know what I'm saying?
I think you'll laugh if you woke. If you understand all of that, like, it makes sense.
But he's saying stuff that's so deep, I feel like I might have to watch it again to really get the laughs off. Because I didn't want to miss a word by laughing. I'm like, man, I want to hear what this nigga's saying, you know what I'm saying? So it's great. It's not just good, it's great. And I think that This, in my opinion, establishes him as the GOAT.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an Eddie fan. I caught the tail end of Richard Pryor, you know what I'm saying? Bernie Mac is definitely top 5. But I think unequivocally, hands down, Dave Chappelle is the greatest comedian ever, dog. It's trending top 10 right now, probably number 1 on Netflix. So y'all can check that out at y'all earliest convenience.
You know who's a funny white comedian? And I watch his show.
Who?
Bill Maher. I had never watched a stand-up of his. For him to be a white guy.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
If I was a white guy in the audience
comedians
watching him,
Bill Maher, and who else?
Oh, I don't know many. I know them by faces. Burr? No.
Bill Burr is kind of funny, bro.
I know them by faces. I don't necessarily know them by names if they don't do anything else outside of just being a comedian.
What about Seinfeld?
See, I didn't like his
show or his stand-up.
I didn't like his show.
Have you seen his stand-up?
Some of it, and it's just
Seinfeld is clever. Seinfeld is clever, and they're saying that he's one of the geniuses of the craft because his jokes are not stealable. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a whole thing about, man, I might have heard that joke before. What, man? People can steal your jokes.
Yeah.
They say the way that he delivers his jokes and what he talks about in his content is unstealable. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that unicornness of him.
I like Larry
David. Now that's kind of like his OG.
Yeah, because he wrote Seinfeld.
The whole joint.
So and Curb Your Enthusiasm,
which I think is having another season coming out. So there's some good white guys out there too. But regardless, black, white, purple, or brown, it's Dave Chappelle or nobody, in my opinion. But
okay, so get this, y'all. The cancel culture is coming for Denzel Washington.
Never. Not Denzel. What he do?
Katie Couric.
You lost me.
Okay. She, on the podcast, revealed or recalled the time interviewing Denzel back in like 2004. Okay.
Oh.
Not even recent. She was interviewing him. This was before Training Day. It was when he said it was when him and Meryl Streep was like on a press tour.
Yeah.
Right? She was doing a lot of interviews. Now, I read the full article. In the article, she says that she asked him, like, what was his political views. That's kind of where she was going with it. Mm-hmm. She made a statement like, well, you're one of the, not you're from Hollywood, but you Hollywood folks.
You people.
And he said,
you rich people.
Well, I don't know Hollywood folks. I just know Hollywood to be a town with stars on the ground or folks who live in that town. But right. I don't know anybody.
Explain yourself.
So he checked her, and I think because I was reading the article, and they said everything that he said, and I'm like, that ain't disrespectful. That's checking you because you're putting me in the boat of Hollywood folks. They're like, I ain't Hollywood folks. Like, what do you mean by that?
Right.
And then she said, she got stuck, and she said, well, let me rephrase it. How do you, then she said, you people. Oh, don't say that to Denzel. Right? So she was trying to get him to answer a question on his political views. And do you think because you're just an actor or you work in that space that you should really be voicing your opinion? That's where she was going with it, right? He didn't give her a chance to get there because she asked it wrong.
I got to address this.
Yeah. And so she felt uncomfortable. And what was the word she used? She felt uncomfortable, shaken and uncomfortable. Shaken.
What is she, a martini?
She felt...
What is this? The last James Bond movie with Daniel Craig?
She felt shaken and uncomfortable, okay? But my thing is, okay, it's 2021. She was saying it like, oh, I felt so uncomfortable by him. And so, like,
intimidated.
No. You was rude to his ass, and he properly and a little professionally checked your ass. So, on Twitter, Black Twitter wasn't going for it.
Nah.
They was going after your girl Katie. I'm pretty sure she regrets even mentioning this on this interview on this podcast. But yeah, we're not gonna let you cancel Denzel. And that's what the supporters on these tweets were saying. Like, no, Denzel has, he's been here how many years,
right.
And we've never had any bad. All the women actors that have worked with him, come on now.
Very professional, very gentlemanlike, etc. And I think it speaks to some more points that Dave Chappelle is making on The Closer. He said something to the effect of, man, I tried to, well, no, he said somebody came to somebody's defense on the transgender issues that he always talks about, and it was this transgender friend. They came to his defense, and he said they drug her on Twitter. And he said, I don't care because Twitter's not a real place. You know what I'm saying? So like when people be trying to cancel people, like some people are uncancelable.
Yeah.
You're not gonna cancel David Chappelle. You're not gonna cancel Denzel Washington.
No.
You're not gonna cancel certain people.
Yeah.
So you trying will mess around and get you canceled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like Katie Couric, that name doesn't even sit well in our community and our culture to begin with. Let alone you're coming after one of our lowercase g gods. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his reputation precedes him, and we're not going. Basically, we're not going. You know what I'm saying? And don't get confused when a black man or a black woman or a black person asserts themselves and is like, yo, we're not going. You have to, I'm demanding that you answer what you mean when you say that, or redirect your line of questioning to be more appropriate. That's not being aggressive. That's being assertive and standing up for yourself. And we have the justifiable right to do so. The crazy thing is, if she was having that conversation with anybody other than a black person, especially a black man, probably wouldn't have felt no type of way.
No, she wouldn't have felt shaken.
She would have felt debated. Oh, we were debating on how we had been. I actually think that cuts both ways though, because I saw a clip earlier and it was like I don't know if it was a Supreme Court justice, but it was something with politics, something with Congress or the House, and they were like welcoming this Asian lady to the fold, like she was the first Korean or whatever, something to, and you know, boom, boom, boom. So the white dude was like, man, I'm just so impressed and so, you know, appreciative of the Korean culture and how you all are able to make something out of absolutely nothing. And it's like, I mean, I see what you meant. I see what you were trying to say in terms of, you know, she's taking advantage of the American dream. She got it out the mud, however you want to state it. But a white man can't say that to a Korean without it coming off as offensive. But a black woman could have said, man, y'all really got it, you know what I'm saying, out the mud. Y'all really made something out of nothing. Y'all made a lot out of a little.
Who had to do the same thing.
Right. So it's just weird when white people say it. I kind of have a notion that, man, white people just need to shut the fuck up for the rest of the year. Maybe,
forever.
Yeah, maybe until 2030. You know what I'm saying? But like right now, it's not the time for y'all to be loud and boisterous, man. Y'all have had that since the beginning of time. It's not your turn anymore. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up and think before you speak up.
Agreed. Okay, so we mentioned Lil Boosie earlier. You know he has a new film out.
Who that?
Lil Boosie.
Lil Boosie Badass?
Yeah, it's
called new film?
Yeah, it's called My Struggle.
It's about him?
I don't know.
All right. I ain't hear about this. I didn't know Boosie was making any content outside of crate challenges.
So I'm not gonna laugh at it because I'm going to actually watch it. I'm gonna watch it and I'll tell you all next week. But go check it out. So I do know that he had been tweeting, you know, hitting up Champagne Poppy, like he tell your people in the 6 to watch it.
Right.
He's been shouting out different people to support the film, right? Plus Instagram still got his ass blocked, so he's only on Twitter. So guess who reached out to him?
Give me a hint, because I really like guessing. Give me
somebody
a hint of who reached out to
school.
him. Somebody old school.
That you wouldn't think because they don't necessarily
cross paths like that.
Yeah.
Somebody old school that doesn't necessarily cross paths like that. They reached out to Lil Boosie Badass. And are they an actor, a rapper?
Actor.
An actor. I'm going to go with Sidney Poitier.
He's still living?
Maybe not. Harry Belafonte for 200.
No. Damn. You went a little older.
Okay.
Bill Cosby.
Billiam?
Bill Cosby encouraged all his supporters to go out and watch the film.
I was close as hell with Sidney Poitier, though.
You were close. And he basically was just like, I'm not asking for anything. I'm not saying I need your support. Or he said, I genuinely liked the film. I see what you're doing. I see where you're trying to go. Y'all go watch him. Y'all go support. And that was dope. And I will say, you know,
interesting.
Not that Bill had, like, we can't put Bill and R. Kelly in the same category, to me, right?
No, one's in jail and one isn't. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we want to.
But one was messing with minors and one wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, all the women.
A very clear delineation.
Okay, Bill was messing with grown women.
Yeah.
You know, now whether they knew all that, that's a whole nother story. But he has experience in TV and film. He has a lot of pull, even now. Like, people still, Bill called, we're coming.
We're coming. We're putting out, G.
So for him to support, and we know Lil Boosie be wild at the mouth. I thought that was like cool. Like,
so I didn't hear about this story, but I think that it's very interesting that he would take that position just because of historically, Bill has been the one calling people, trying to reel them in.
I know,
and
that's
be more
why
like him versus themselves. So I think maybe jail has reformed this nigga, and now he's open to broadening his horizons and maybe he's just trying to re-ingratiate himself back with the culture, and he realizes like, man, at the end of the day, I'm a black man. Like, I could be a rich nigga, whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm a black man, so I got to stick with my own.
Well, and he realized I am older now. So what worked for me in my generation ain't reaching this generation. Because even though they play the Cosby's on rerun, how many of these kids watching it? I still watch it.
Yeah.
Like, they not watching it, so...
I'll say this, man, like, and I don't know how conservative people weren't back then, but I feel like Bill Cosby and the way he used to act in some of these movies with Sidney Poitier, he was a bit raunchy. Not saying that he was inappropriate, but like for the times, he was damn near like borderline Dolomite Shaft with some of the shit he was saying and doing. And it was like, people could have looked at him like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be saying that. And it's just like, nigga, he a freak.
Yeah.
Let him be a freak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You just gotta let people be. And Boosie is an epitome of authenticity.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, another uncancelable person because he's authentic. He's like, I'm not doing this for likes or for whatever or for fans. Like, I'm saying this because it's true to me. I don't know if you heard, but Charlamagne the God got a new show.
Yeah, I haven't caught. It's on Friday. Come on Friday.
He be going in on white people. But that's like his position. And he's unapologetically that. That's why he got books like Black Privilege. That's why, you know what I'm saying, he says and does and moves the way that he does consistently because that's his truth. And whether you hate it or love it, you know what you're going to get with that guy because he's consistent, he's authentic. Same with Boosie Badass, same with a lot of other people. And I think that right now is the worst time, if there was ever a good time, to be fake. Now is the best time to be authentic, and if you build it, they will come. Your community will follow you, your subscribers, everybody will get with you because you're being your authentic self versus who you think somebody wants you to be. So shout out to Bill for knowing that it's never too late to teach an old dog new tricks, and shout out to Boosie Badass for getting it in on the ownership and production side. He's been getting it in on the music for a long time. Now he's kind of switching up the hustle. I think I seen a clip with Cheating Ass Myron, what's my man?
Myron.
Yeah, he a Instagram dude.
Oh, I'm like, I don't know.
What's the other dude?
Myron?
DC Fly, Young Fly.
Okay.
And T.I. But it looked like T.I. was directing a movie that these two young, up and coming social influencers were in. So shout out to everybody that's like positioning into positions of power, man.
Yeah. Good for them.
Straight up.
Well, that's it for entertainment, guys.
Well, that about wraps us up for this week's segment of entertainment on this week's episode of This and a Third. Literally.
This is a traffic jam.
This, that, and the third.
Traffic jam.
Doing this, that, and the